Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. Today we're going to play Game 6 of the 1978 World Series replay featuring the New York Yankees as they travel to Los Angeles Dodgers. If you haven't checked out Game 5, definitely check that out first before this one. Give you a few seconds before I give any spoilers, so if you haven't checked that out and you want to check it out, check that out now. Alrighty, so this is Game 6 as we travel to back to Los Angeles. Game from October 17th of Tuesday, October 17th, 1978. Here at Dodger Stadium, the New York Yankees won in exciting fashion in extra innings by a score of 2-1 on the solo home run by Gary Thomason. The other runs were scored by Reggie Jackson by the home run in the 8th for the Yankees to give them a 1-0 lead. Then Davey Lopes hit a home run in the top of the 9th. Dodgers had a couple of chances in the top of the 9th and in extra innings to score the go-ahead run, but were unable to. And in the bottom of the 12th, Gary Thomason hit a home run to give the Yankees a walk-off victory. So it is now 3-2. The Yankees can wrap it up here with a victory. Dodgers are trying to prevent that. The Yankees have Catfish Hunter going to the hill for them against Don Sutton for the Dodgers. The Dodgers would lose this game by a score of 7-2, and the Yankees would win the World Series. So we're trying to prevent that and rewrite some history here. So a little bit different look to the Dodger lineup, the bottom part of the lineup with Ferguson in behind the plate for Yeager, and Vic DeVilo is the DH instead of Lee Lacy batting ninth. So a little bit different look. Other than that, it's pretty much the same lineup. For the Yankees, pretty standard lineup. I think the same lineup they used in the last game, I believe. And again, they could use the DH in National League parks back in 1978, so which is a huge advantage to the American League team. So let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
So, all right, so Game 6 of the 1978 World Series, using Strat-o-matic baseball here. Don Sutton on the hill. He'll have a defense of Baker, Monday, and Smith, all average range, with all three having above-average arms, with Smith having the best arm in right. Say, Russell, Lopes, and Garvey in the infield. Say and Russell average range. Lopes and Garvey excellent range on the right side of the infield. Joe Ferguson behind the plate, definitely not as good as a defender as Steve Yeager, with a below-average range, but does have a slightly above-average arm, just not quite as good as Yeager's, but pretty close. Don Sutton on the hill, average range, very short-handed, but not very good at holding runners on. So that's the defense for the Dodgers. For the Yankees, Ricky Rivers, the center fielder, will lead it off, followed by Roy White in left field. Thurman Munson behind the plate bats third. Reggie Jackson, the DH, bats cleanup. Lou Piniella, the right fielder, hits fifth, followed by Greg Nettles, the third baseman. Jim Spencer, again at first, will bat seventh, followed by Brian Doyle, the second baseman. And Bucky Dent, the shortstop, will hit ninth. So Say and Garvey in on the grass against Rivers. Rivers a 265 hitter with 11 homers, 48 runs batted in. Sutton looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's going to be off the 1 column. And it'll be a fly ball to right. Smith gives chase. Racing hard, dives, and nice catch by Reggie Smith. Showing good range there. And Rivers is retired. So Roy White up to the plate now. 269 hitter with 8 homers and 43 runs batted in. Off the 5 column. And that is a strike 3, a swing and a miss. So 2 up and 2 down for the Yankees. So Munson up to the plate now. Munson 297 with 6 homers, 71 runs batted in. Sutton looks in for the sign, kicks and delivers, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. Russell up with it, over to first in plenty of time. Ooh, actually the throw did pull Garvey off the bag, but he's able to swipe Munson with the tag to end the inning. So that is it in the top of the first. As the Yankees do not score. So Catfish Hunter on the hill. Catfish Hunter pretty much the same defensively as Sutton with an average range, very short-handed, but below average at holding runners on. The outfield behind him is going to be White and left, Rivers in center, Pennell and right. All average range except for Rivers, who's above average range in center. But definitely not as good at arms as the Dodgers. Pennell with the best arm average in in right. Rivers slightly below average in center, and White well below average in left. But overall, pretty short-handed outfield, with White being the best defender, arrow-wise. The infield is going to be Nettles, Dent, Doyle, and Spencer. Nettles and Spencer on the corners, excellent range. Dent above average, and Doyle average at second. Munson behind the plate, above average, with an above-average arm. So corners are playing in for Davey Lopes will lead it off. He will be followed by Bill Russell, the shortstop. Reggie Smith, the right fielder, hits third. Steve Garvey, the first baseman, bats cleanup. Ron Say bats fifth and plays third. Dusty Baker, the left fielder, hits sixth. Rick Monday is in center, hitting seventh. Joe Ferguson getting a start behind the plate, bats eighth. And Vic DeVilo, also getting a start at DH, will hit ninth. So Lopes 278, 17 homers, 58 runs batted in. Hunter looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch, and Lopes is going to get a pitch to hit here. And Davey Lopes starts off this game with a home run. So Davey Lopes, who homered in the top of the ninth to tie the game, takes Hunter deep and gives the Dodgers an early 1-0 lead, much to the delight of the fans. So the fans are in on it now. So fans are cheering loudly here at Dodger Stadium, looking for a standing ovation from Davey Lopes, who we left in at first, but then tips his cap, goes back in the dugout. So Bill Russell up to the plate now. Russell 286 with 3 homers, 46 runs batted in. And it's going to be a strikeout. So Hunter comes back and strikes out Russell swinging for out number 1. So the Dodgers did score a run in the bottom of the first in the actual game, but went on to lose by a score of 7-2. Dodgers hoping to change that today. So Reggie Smith up to the plate now, 295, 29 homers, 93 runs batted in, and he'll get a hit. Can it be another home run? And this one's going deep, deep, deep. Rivers gives chase. He's going to jump for it, and he can't get it as Reggie Smith goes yard. So 2 home runs in the first here, and the Dodgers are out to 2-0 lead. So the Dodgers with an early power display here. 2 solo home runs off Hunter. So that'll bring up Steve Garvey. 316, 21 homers, 113 runs batted in. And Garvey's going to give a base hit to left, so Hunter being hit hard early on here. So with a 1-out single, Garvey is on. Ron Say up now. 270, 23 homers, 84 runs batted in, and Garvey's being held close by Hunter. Spencer holding him on. And Say's going to get one in the wheelhouse. And Ron Say's going to have a single to center. Rivers gets to it. Ooh. Do we want to? I think 70%. Now he's already in scoring position. Oh, hold on. This is the Yankees here. So, for some reason, again, the computer messes up here, and I might have messed up because I probably restarted it. I think they would throw for the lead runner here with a 70% chance, 30% chance to get him. So I would think they would throw. And nope. So I am going to, I'll tell you what, I am going to do that over again. And I'm going to undo that, but I'm going to give, say, a base hit. Let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to for some reason, I don't know why they've had that, but I could have messed up when I restarted it. So anyway, so let's go with this. All right, so it's a very important game here, though. It doesn't affect anything else other than that one play, though. So I'm going to manually put in manual entry just this next play. All right, and I'm going to give, thing is I forgot where it was going to go. Oh, let's see it right here. Base hit the center. Okay, so let's try to hit it to center here. All right, so play result. Oh, single. Okay, what happened here? Do I want to do this? Oh, yeah. Say is going to go to first. And I'm just going to assume I probably would have held Garvey at second, being in scoring position. So Garvey on first will go to second. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's what I would have done. All right. So we'll go back to what we're going to do here. That's most likely what I would have done with a 1 in 14 chance. I was thinking about it, but realistically, I probably wouldn't have tried it. Trying to get, because we already got a big inning going here. All right, so Dusty Baker up to the plate now with a chance to put the Dodgers on top even further. Still only one out here as Munson goes out the top to Hunter. There's some stirring in the Yankee bullpen here. And he'll take a called third strike, so 2 down now. So Rick Monday here with a chance now. Monday 254, 19 homers, 57 runs batted in. And he'll ground this one to Doyle over to Spencer to end the inning. But the Dodgers on top early with 2 solo home runs. One by Lopes, his second home run in as many games. And the other by, who was it? Oh, Reggie Smith. That's right, Reggie Smith. So Dodgers with a 2-0 lead after 1. Sutton with a 2-run lead now. Jackson, who home in the last game, will lead it off. Jackson 274, 27, 97 numbers. And he draw the walk. Sutton being very careful with him. So leadoff runners on for the Yankees. Sweet Lou Piniella up now. 314, 6, and 69. Oops. And Jackson trying to get the lead. Jackson is going to try to steal second, so we're going to throw for him there. And he'll be in there. So Reggie Jackson with a surprise stolen base there. Gets in the scoring position. So Piniella up now. And he's going to pop one up to Garvey. Makes the catch as Jackson heads back to the bag. So 1 down now. Nettles up now. 276, 27 homers, 93 runs batted in. And that is going to be a fly ball to right. Smith is there. Jackson tags. But holds. So 2 down now for Jim Spencer. 227 with 7 homers, 24 runs batted in. And he will take a, watches that one go by for a called third strike. So after 1.5, 2-0 LA. Joe Ferguson lead it off, getting a start today. Just a 224 hitter, but does have power. 14 homers and 50 runs batted in 348 regular season at-bats. Off the 5 column. And he goes down swinging. He was trying to go deep there, but comes up empty. So 1 down in the Dodgers second. Vic Davila up now, getting a start at DH today. 312 hitter and 77 at-bats with a homer and 11 runs batted in. And off the 2 column. And he'll get a base hit, so Davila makes Lasorda look good for picking him to play today. So Davey Lopes up now, who homered back in the first. And he is not the greatest hit and runner, I don't think, either, but gotta check here. Yeah, no, he could bunt, but he's not kind of with the 1 down. So Davey Lopes up to the plate now. It's going to be out the 5 column. And that's going to be a ground ball to Dent, a short Dent above average. Gets to it. Oh, but he's going to boot it. So Bucky Dent muffs it. Nice to see that. So that'll put runners on first and second with 1 down for Bill Russell. Dodgers already with a 2-0 lead trying to tack on to that. More stirring in the Yankee bullpen. And that's a strike 3. So Hunter gets him for the 4th K of the day. So first and second with 2 down for Reggie Smith, who hit a solo home run back in the first, last inning. And that is going to be a line out to Doyle. And that will do it. So nothing doing for the Dodgers in the second. Remains 2-0 LA as we head to the third. Fans still quite happy. So Dent up now against, Doyle up now. It'll be Doyle, Dent, and Rivers. Doyle, just a 192 hitter on the season. And lines this one sharply to Garvey, who makes the stab for out number 1. So Dent up now. And Dent's going to get a pitch date here off Sutton's card. And this is a fly ball to left. Baker off to the races, and he comes in, dives, and makes the catch. So nice running, diving catch by Baker. Looks like he got a little late jump on that one. So 2 down now for Mickey Rivers. He flew out in his first at-bat. Gets a pitch to hit here. And Mickey Rivers is going to give this one a ride, and no one's going to get to that one. And the Yankees are on the board. So Mickey River. So both leadoff hitters have homered. And it's a 2-1 game now. Quiets the Dodger fans a little bit there. So Roy White up now. Struck out in his first at-bat. Rips this one the first. Garvey with excellent range. Will get to it easily. Oh, but he's going to boot it. So I think Garvey commits his second error in as many games. So the Yankees have a 2-out base runner. So Munson up to the plate now. Grounded on his first at-bat. White trying to get a lead. And he is going to go, and he'll swipe second. So Yankees running early here. Ferguson, their second stolen base. So Munson can tie it with a base hit now. And we'll ground this one to second. Lopes has it, though, over to Garvey to end the inning. But the Yankees score 1 on the solo homer by Rivers, and it's 2-1 now as we head to the bottom of the third. Garvey, Say, and Baker, the heart of the order, up for the Dodgers against Hunter. Grounds this one to Nettles. Fires the first for out number 1. So that'll bring up Ron Say. The Penguins singled in his first at-bat. And takes a called third strike here. So 5 Ks now for Hunter. That'll bring up Baker, who struck out in he was one of the strikeout victims. This time draws the walk, so 2-out walk. Brings up Rick Monday 0 for 1. And he'll backdoor breaking ball, and Monday looks at strike 3. So 2-1 as we head to the 4th. Reggie Jackson lead off, walked in his first at-bat. And he'll line out back to Sutton for out number 1. So Piniella popped out back in the second inning. Grounds this one to Russell. Russell will get to it and make the play to get him by a step. So 2 up and 2 down now for Greg Nettles. He flew out in his first at bat. And he will line out. Actually fly out to end the inning. So after 3.5, it's 2-1 LA. Ferguson up now. Ferguson struck out in his first at bat. Draws the walk, so leadoff walk. Brings up Vic DeVilo, and do we want to have DeVilo bunt? I think he's a decent bunter. Oops, wrong team there. Oh, he's a C bunter. Hit and run. I think we're going to go with a hit. Ooh, boy, hit and run. Yeah. Probably not a hit and run now. Not with the catcher running. So DeVilo up now. Corners are playing in. And that's going to be a base hit over the head of Doyle. So Dodgers have it first and second. Nobody out. Fans on their feet. Lopes homered in the first. And reached on an error in the second. It's going to be off the 4 column. And that's a ground ball to Doyle. This will get the runners over. As he goes to first for the sure out. So runners on second and third. Not much speed on the bases. At least not at third. Russell up to the plate now. He struck out twice against Hunter. But he could get one to hit here. It's going to be a nice fat pitch in the center of the plate. And he laces a single. This will score a 1. They're going to send DeVilo. And they're going to hold Russell at first. Oh, trailing runner, 1-17. We're going to send the trailing runner too. Oh, and Russell's going to be nailed. No, actually, Russell will make it. Hold on here. No, DeVilo scores and Russell scores. So that was the block rating that they did first there. So 2 runs single for Russell, advancing the second on the throw. And it's a 4-1 Los Angeles lead here. So Hunter looking shaky here. It looked like he settled down the third inning, but Dodgers scored 2 more here. Reggie Smith up to the plate, homered back in the first. Looks like the Yankees are going to stick with him. Dodgers trying to add to that lead, and Smith will walk. Looks like they're going to keep. Making sure, yeah, managed team by the computer. So Garvey up to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. And Garvey's going to, fly ball to the left. Got a good chance of a single. White will make the catch as the runners hold. So the Penguin up now, 1 for 2 with a single. This could be it for Hunter, as Say is going to get a hold of one here possibly. And nope, he'll pop one up to the third baseman to end the inning. Actually looking more like to the shortstop. But the Dodgers double their score. Now it's a 4-1 lead as we head to the 5th. Sutton pitching very well. He's allowed 1 hit, the home run to Mickey Rivers. Spencer up to the plate now. Struck out in his first at bat. Fly ball to Smith. He'll get to it. And squeezes it for out number 1. So 1 gone in the Yankee 5th. Brian Doyle to the plate now. Lined out in his first at bat. And strikes out swinging. Third strikeout for Sutton. So this game going much better for Sutton than it did in the actual game. In the actual game, he lasted... hold on. He lasted 5 2/3, but gave up 5 runs on 8 hits, so pitching much better than in that game. So Dent up to the plate now with 2 outs and the bases empty. Dent 0 for 1. Grounds this one, his counterpart. Russell over to Garvey. And that's it for the Yankees. So halfway through, it's the Dodgers with a 3-run lead. Hunter back out there again. Baker struck out and walked. And this time we'll pop out to Doyle. Routine pop-up. Makes the catch for out number 1. Monday up now. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Make that 0 for 3 as he grounds out to Doyle. Joe Ferguson 0 for 1 with a walk. And he's going to lace a base hit. This one Doyle cannot get to. So Davila up now. He's got a pair of singles today. Grounds this one to Spencer. They go to second. I mean, he takes it to the bag to end the inning. So through 5 full, the Dodgers lead at 4-1. Rivers responsible for the only Yankee run with a homer in the 3rd. And Rivers is going to go yard again. This one just inside the right field foul pole. And Mickey Rivers with 2 solo home runs. And it's 4-2 New York. So Rivers definitely has Sutton's number today. White up now. 0 for 2 officially. Reached on an error in the 3rd. Strikes out. So Sutton comes back and strikes out White. The first out of the inning. Munson up now. A couple of ground outs so far. And takes a call. 3rd strike. So Sutton comes back and strikes out the next 2 batters. Reggie Jackson 0 for 1 with a walk. This will be a ground ball to Russell. He has it. And over to Garvey to retire the side. But Mickey Rivers' second home run of the day makes it a 4-2 game as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Dodgers trying to try the series. Yankees trying to win it here. Win this whole series. Lopes homered back in the first, 1 for 3 officially. Grounds this one to Nettles. 2 Hopper. Strong throw. Gets him. So Russell up now. He had a 2-run single back in the 4th. And he lines this one to Dent for out number 2. Reggie Smith up now. He homered back in the 1st. And he could homer again here. And that is going to be a solid single past Doyle. So Smith on with a 2-out single, his second hit of the day. Garvey up now, 1 for 3. And Garvey's going to lace a base hit just past the outstretched dive of Dent. And it looks like they're going to send Smith to 3rd. And throw will be cut off, so they'll put runners at the corners, so a pass ball or a wild pitch could score a run. So Say up now. He's 1 for 3 with a single also. And he grounds this one to Nettles. Easy play over to Garvey to end the inning. So the Dodgers do not score, and it's 4-2 as we head to the 7th. Sutton back out there, 71 pitches through 6 innings. He'll face Piniella, Nettles, and Spencer. Pinella's 0 for 2 on the day. And Pinella's going to hit one just over the reach of Monday. Goes to the wall, and Piniella will end up with a leadoff double. So that'll bring a tying run to the plate. Nettles, who's 0 for 2. There is some stirring in the Dodger bullpen. And that's a fly ball to center. Monday has this one and makes the catch. Piniella back to the bag. Spencer 0 for 2. And he strikes out trying to tie the game with one swing of the bat there, but is unable to catch up to the fastball. Doyle up now. He's 0 for 2. And Bob Lemon will send up Chris Chambliss to pinch hit. Chambliss 274, 12 homers, 90 runs batted in. And he's going to ground this one to Lopes. Flips it to Garvey to end the inning. So 7th inning stretch time. And Mr. Brody is still snoozing away, so he's not available for this game. Miss Mag's in the area. So Miss Mags has a trivia question. What popular retired player played his entire career without playing in a World Series? I'm going to say Ernie Banks. It could be a couple people, but I'm going to go with Ernie Banks. I don't think he played his entire career with the Cubs. Could be any Cubs pretty much around that time period, but we're going to go with Ernie Banks. Lock in your answers. Andre Dawson, another Cub. Well, most of his career. The popular belief is Ernie Banks, who played who played the most games entire career though. Doesn't say the most games though. So that's kind of a misnomer there. So I think I would give the answer to either Andre Dawson or Ernie Banks. Entire career without playing in a World Series. Yeah, if they said the most games, then I would go with, I probably wouldn't have guessed Andre Dawson. I probably would have still said Ernie Banks, but I think there's two answers to that one since it's not clear. So either answer we're going to give it to. So Dusty Baker up to the plate now. He'll lead it off for the Dodgers in the 7th. If Hunter's still in there after 127 pitches, that's going to be off the 1 column. That's going to be a ground ball at the 3rd. Nettles up with it over to 1st. But the Yankees do have the luxury of being up by a game. And Nettles gets him for out number 1. So Monday up to the plate now, 0 for 3 on the day. And he's going to line out to Stanley, who's now in at second base. Place of Doyle. So Ferguson up to the plate now. 0 for 2, 1 for 2 with a run scored. And it's going to be a range check on Hunter. Hunter average range. Gets to it. And makes the play for out number 3. So we head to the 8th. The Dodgers holding on to a 2-run lead. Let's see. Looks like Bob Welch is getting up and loosening up. Let's check him out. Ooh, do we want to bring Bob Welch in? I think we may. He's even. He's 1L. I think we're going to bring in Bob Welch. So Bob Welch is going to come on. So that'll be it for Sutton, who pitched a fine game. Just those 2 solo home runs to Mickey Rivers. And that's been it for the Yankees. Just 3 hits. So Bob Welch comes on. Welch 7-4 record, 3 saves, 2.03 earned run average, 111 innings pitched, 92 hits allowed, 26 walks, 66 strikeouts, and a surrendered 6 homers. So he'll face Dent, and then top of the order Rivers and White. Definitely don't want Sutton facing Rivers again, especially if there's a runner on. So Dent up to the plate now. It's going to be up to 2 column. Dent 0 for 2 officially. Grounds out to 3rd for out number 1. So Mickey Rivers is homered in his last 2 at-bats. Face Welch here. And that's probably pretty good because I think one of the home runs was off Sutton's 5 column. And that is a home run, a fly ball to right. Smith's there, so Rivers is retired harmlessly. So White up now with 2 outs and the bases empty. 0 for 3. Did reach on an error back in the 3rd by Garvey. And he flies out to center. So the Yankees go 1-2-3 against Welch. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th with a 4-2 Los Angeles lead as Hunter back out there again. And that's going to be a base hit for Davilo. So Lopes up now. Homered back in the 1st. Okay. I don't think Lopes is a good hit and runner, but He's a good bunter, though. So I think we're going to call upon Lopes to try to get that insurance run. He's going to lay one down here. Beauty. And Hunter and Spencer collide. Hunter recovers, picks it up, and fires to first for the out. So Lopes gets the job done. DeVille now in scoring position. Russell up now. He's RBI single back in the fourth, and that's going to be it for Hunter as Goose Gossage is going to come in. Gossage pitched 3+ innings, I believe, and got the victory in the last game. So he's coming in now, trying to keep this a 2-run game. And Russell's going to get one to hit here, though. And that's going to be a base hit to left. I think we're going to send him. And he will score easily. As the Yankees' arms are not that good. And especially White's in left having a very poor arm. And Dodgers knew that. So Russell will advance to second on the throw. So it's a 3-run game now. So Reggie Smith up to the plate now. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. And he will go down on strikes for out number 2. Garvey up now. Pair of singles. 2 for 4. And they're going to intentionally walk Garvey to get to Say. And that's going to be a ground ball to Stanley over to first to end the inning. So we head to the top of the 9th. The Dodgers with a 3-run lead, 5-2. Welch back out there again. He'll face Munson, Jackson, and Piniella, the heart of the Yankees order. It's going to be out the 6th column, and that will be Russell with a nice play. Just gets to it and throws it in Munson by a couple of steps. He knew he was running, and he knew he had some time, so he paused, set himself to throw, and retires Munson. So Jackson up now. He's been quiet today, 0 for 2 with a walk. And quiet no more as he lines a base hit to right. So 1-out single. So the tying run is on deck now. Lou Piniella up to the plate now. Doubled in his last at-bat, 1 for 3. And he's trying to get the Yankees within 1 run with 1 swing of the bat. Comes up empty and strikes out. So Nettles up now, 0 for 3. Yankees down to their last out here. Dodgers 1 out away from tying the series. And Nettles goes yard. And thank God for that 1 run in the bottom of the 8th, that insurance run. That's the difference in the game now. So that is going to be it for Welch as he gives up a 2-run homer to Greg Nettles. So Welch will not face Spencer, who definitely could tie this up in one swing of the bat. And it's going to be oh, boy. Oh, let's see. Who are we going to bring in here? I think it's going to be Bill Castillo. Chambliss has already been pinch hit. Who could the Yankees bring in? Oh, boy. All right. Bill Castillo is going to come in. Bobby Castillo. 0-4 record, but with a 3.97 earned average. Excellent against lefties. 1 save, 34 walks, 34 innings pitched, 28 hits, 33 walks, 30 strikeouts, and 2 home runs surrendered. So 1-run game now. Castillo talks to Ferguson. Ferguson goes back behind the plate. Spencer up now 0 for 3. And it's going to be, it's going to be off the 3 column. Oh, but he hits a grounder to Say. That had trouble written all over it. But Castillo was able to get him on the ground out. So any other roll but that, and that could have been trouble for the Dodgers. But Castillo comes in and shuts the door after Welch comes gives up a 2-run homer to Greg Nettles to make it a 1-run game. So how big is that run in the bottom of the 8th? That's the difference. As the Dodgers tie up the series now 3 games apiece. And we're going to have a game 7. So, Don Sutton gets the win, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, 2 home runs allowed. Both to Mickey Rivers, solo shots. So he limited the damage there. Bob Welch gets the hold, 1 2/3 innings, did 2 hits, 2 runs on the 2-run homer by Greg Nettles. Did strike out a batter, and Bobby Castillo comes in and pitches to 1 batter, but that was a huge batter as he gets the out to end the inning, to end the game. So for the Dodgers, Davey Lopes, 1 for 4. Actually, Catfish Hunter, sorry. We're going to go through his stats for a 7 1/3 inning. Scattered 11 hits. A lot of hits there. Not really scattered, but 11 hits. 5 runs, though. All of them earned. 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. So a rough outing for Hunter. Definitely not as good as the outing he had in the actual game where he got the win to give the Yankees the World Series victory. Goose Gossage comes and pitches 2/3 of innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, striking out a batter. But gave up the hit that scored the winning run, the eventual winning run. So for the Dodgers, Davey Lopes, 1 for 4, led off the game like he ended the game. Well, close to ended the game. Didn't really end the game, but did hit a home run in the top of the 9th and send it into extra innings. Starts off the game with a homer. Bill Russell, 2 for 5 with 3 runs batted in. Reggie Smith, 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Steve Garvey, 2 for 4. Ron Say, 1 for 5. Baker, 0 for 3. Monday, 0 for 4. Joe Ferguson, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Vic Davilo had a big day, getting a start, 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Let's see here. I think we're going to...
Your books, minutes, and programs.
Now let me finish going through this, and I'll go through that. So, Mickey Rivers, 2 for 4 with a couple of solo home runs. White, 0 for 4, as was Munson. Reggie Jackson, 1 for 3 with a run scored. Lou Piniella, 1 for 4. Greg Nettles with a big 2-run homer to bring the Yankees within 1 in the top of the 9th. Spencer, 0 for 4. Doyle, 0 for 2. Chambliss, 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. And Fred Chicken Stanley, defensive replacement. I think he walked, I believe. Bucky Dent, 0 for 3. So let's take a look at the bottom of the top of the 9th there. And the bottom of the 8th. So the bottom of the 8th, Davila started off with a single. Lopes bunted him over. And Bill Russell with the RBI single to score the eventual winning run. So I'm definitely going to give, I think, Bill Russell the player of the game, as he's got 3 runs batted in, including the game winner. So Bill Russell, your MVP. Don Sutton with an honorable mention. So that is it. Game 6, as the Dodgers tie the series 3 games apiece. So we're going to be back with a Game 7, and we're going to have to make our own lineups and everything, and our own, because there actually was no Game 7. So let's take a look here and see who we want to have our starting pitchers be. So I think we're going to go to Game 4 and check out who started those games. Yep. So I think it's going to be... No, actually not. So I think there's Ed Figueroa for the Yankees. I don't think they want to send him. He hasn't done well. I think it's going to be Ron Guidry for the Yankees. But let's check that out again here. So game 3. Yeah, it was Ron Guidry. So I think we're going to actually have Ron Guidry against, I think, Tommy John.
Team yearbook.
Yeah, so that's going to be a game from October 18th. So Tommy John on 4 days rest. Kind of short rest, but not really. I believe Tommy John he has gotten 2 victories, I think, in this series. I know he's pitched out pretty well overall, from what I remember. So yeah, I think we're going to go with that. We're going to have Tommy John go for the Los Angeles Dodgers in Game 7 against Ron Guidry. So that should be an interesting pitching matchup. I think we're going to go ahead and do that one right away here, at least in real time anyway, right here. As we're going to play our 3rd game of the day, try to get this series over with so we can move on to something else, or at least clean up our, finish another series here as we finish the 1978 Red Sox season, and now we can finish the World Series here. So hopefully we can give the Dodgers a victory, but stay tuned and come back for Game 7. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.